thank you for coming. What poet could be more perfect for this moment, our time, than Elana Bell? Her poems lift us out of ourselves and place us in larger selves with graceful immediacy. The judge, Fanny Howe, says of Elana Bell's poems, she has undertaken a task many others have avoided, facing the agony of the Palestine-Israel conflict and its history. She has done so in the only way it is possible, by writing with the compassionate voice of a translator. She gives her voice over to others without changing her vocabulary or her beat. Elements basic to life, bread, fruit, water, and rats, are here in profusion. These poems are built for our time. Elana Bell's book, Eyes, Stones, will be published in the spring of 2012 by Louisiana State University Press. Born in Venice Beach, California, Elana is the grandchild of Holocaust survivors, and she received her MFA in poetry from Sarah Lawrence College. She has conducted poetry workshops for educators, women in prison, and the amazing Arab-Jewish peace organization Seeds of Peace. She currently serves as writer-in-residence for the Bronx Academy of Letters and resides in Brooklyn, New York with her husband. I think Walt Whitman would be proud, as are we. Elana, congratulations.
Thank you so much, the Academy, to Fanny, and I'm so honored that Naomi is here to introduce me. We met teaching youth in the Bronx, actually, and we sat there squeezing each other's hands in awe of our young people, and I'm really grateful for that experience, and grateful to be here, grateful to my parents who are here. The book, as Naomi mentioned, is about Palestine and Israel, but for me, there's a central question in the book, which is how can two narratives live in one body? And for me, that's the question that pervades the book. And the narrative begins for me with my grandmother. So I'm going to read two poems from the collection. And the first is entitled Visiting Auschwitz, and it's for my grandmother, Zosha, who survived. What extra scrap of bread? What glance from a slop-drunk SS? What rage raised the rusted shovel, struck it on the starving ground until the whistle ended day? What muscle corded in the thighs, not buckling to the bed of lice, of bloody flux? What propped her up when her bowels released the spoiled cabbage soup and she couldn't hold her dead weight head? What switched the names so she was not called? What scarf smuggled from the storage hull, a shred so she could wipe herself? What song muffled in the dark? What glint willed the breath? What saw her and said, live? And so that's where the narrative started for me. And then as I came to expand my understanding of the conflict and to spend a lot of time with some incredible Palestinians and Palestinian families in the West Bank. And this poem is for a woman named Amal, who has a farm and her family has lived there for 100 years. On a hilltop at the Nasser farm, overlooking the settlement of Neve Daniel. This is for Amal, whose name means hope, who thinks of each tree she's planted like a child, whose family has lived in the same place for 100 years, and when I say place, I mean this exact patch of land where her father was born and his father, so that the shoots he planted before her birth now sweep over her head. Every March, she plucks the green almonds and chews their sour, fuzzy husks like medicine. I've never stayed anywhere long enough to plant something and watch it settle into its bloom. I am from a people who move, who crossed sea and desert and city with stone monuments, with clocks, with palaces on foot, on skeleton trains, through barracks with iron bunks, aching for a place we could stay. All our prayers, all our songs for that place, where we had taken root once, where we had been the ones to send the others packing, and now unhaul. Laughs with all her teeth, and her feet tickle the soil when she walks. She moves through her land like an animal. She knows it in the dark. She feeds stalks to the newborn colt and collects its droppings like coins to fertilize the field. Amal loves this land, and when I say land, I mean this exact dirt and the fruit of it, and the sheep who graze it, and the children who eat from it, and the dogs who protect it, and the tiny white blossoms it scatters in spring. And when I say love, I mean Amal has never married. All around her land, the settlements sprout like weeds. They block out the sun and suck precious water through taps and pipes while Amal digs wells to collect the rain. I am writing this poem, though I had never drunk rain collected from a well dug by my own hands, never pulled a colt through the narrow opening covered in birth fluid and watched its mother lick it clean, or eaten a meal made entirely of things I got down on my knees to plant. And when I say settlement, I mean I love the red tile roofs, the garden in the shape of a garden, water that comes when I call it forth with the flick of my wrist and my hand on the tap. Only lately I find that when I ache, it takes the shape of a well. And when I bleed, I emit a scent, something like a sheep in heat, like dirt after rain, like a patch of small white flowers too wild to name.